mission statement, inspiring learners to thrive in an ever-changing world. Item 1, call to order. Item A, roll call, members of the Board of Education. We'll start this way. Mrs. Mejia?
Present.
Mr. Contreras?
Present.
Myself present. Mr. LaFarga?
Present.
Dr. Marino?
Present.
Item 2, public comments on closed session items. Dr. Villegas?
So no, we have no public comment.
Okay, so we're going to join to closed session and we'll be back in about 30 minutes. Thank you. Get started. It is 6:31. Item 5, reconvene in open session. Item 1, members of the Administrative Cabinet, Dr. Villegas.
Yes, Joel Soto Delgado, Dean Cochran,
Present.
Jasmine Chavez Diaz,
Present.
Gisela Castañón, Jacaranda Rodriguez Padilla, Mark Matthews.
Present.
Thank you. Moving on to item B, Pledge of Allegiance. Can I have Mr. Contreras lead us?
Please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to item 6, adoption of the agenda. Item A, approve the agenda for the regular Board of Education meeting of October 15. I think there's some amendments. Sorry.
Sure,
Mr. Matthews?
thank you. Item 17, F2, 1A. Please insert the effective date of 10/16/24 and insert the name Amy Sarabia. Item 17, F4, 1B. The effective date should be changed from 10/17/24 to 10/16/24. Item 17, F4, 1C, insert the name Valeria Placencia. And lastly, item 17, F4, 1A, insert the name Luis D. Gomez. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have an amendment, Dr. Vegas?
Those are the amendments we
Okay.
had, yeah.
Okay, can I get a motion in a second?
Move second.
So moved by Mr. Contreras, second by Mrs. Mejia. All in favor say aye.
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 Moving on to item 7, report of actions taken in closed session. Dr. Vegas?
No action taken in closed session.
Perfect. So we'll go on to student reports. Item A, ASB President, Arancho High School, Camila Zuno.
Good evening, El Rancho Unified District Cabinet, board members, and notable guests. My name is Camila Zuno, and I am glad to be in attendance with you all once again as your El Rancho High School Associated Student Body President. Last week, on October 10th, we had a football game against Cal High where we took the win with an ending score of 47-14. This week is our bye week. There will be no football game. Earlier today was tennis senior night. We hope our seniors enjoyed their time and were recognized for their hard work and dedication. This Friday, October 18th, is our Rancho's annual Hall of Fame ceremony. We're excited to see our alumni and hear about their remarkable achievements. Homecoming will begin this upcoming week. We will have activities every day of the week leading up to our dance, as well as a spirit week for our dons to participate in. October 21st is Mimi's Monday, where you wear your favorite PJs. Monday is also our gate decor. Each class will have their own assigned gate around the school that will be decorated by ASB according to their theme. On Tuesday, October 22nd, we show our blue pride and wear any blue attire. Along with our Spirit Day, during lunch, we will have our Blue Pride runway. October 23rd is White Light Wednesday, and during lunch, we will have a food fest. On October 24th, you represent your class by dressing according to the theme or your class colors. Freshmen's theme is Grease, and their colors are pink and red. Sophomores are Finding Nemo, and their colors are green and orange. Juniors are Goosebumps, their colors are black and purple. And lastly, seniors are Toy Story, and their colors are blue and yellow. After school on Thursday is our annual night pep rally. It begins at 7, but doors will open at 6:30. You are all all more than welcome to join and come support our classes as they compete. October 25th is Disney Day, where you wear any Disney attire in representation of our homecoming dance theme. This Friday is also our homecoming game against Santa Fe. This theme is Blue Pride and will be played at Cal High School. During halftime, we will also be announcing our homecoming king and queen. We hope to see many students and parents in the audience supporting. On Saturday, October 26th is our homecoming dance. It will be held at our rancho. The tickets are being sold at the activities office for $70 and guests $85. Lastly, the week of October 28th is our spooky week combined with Red Ribbon Week. October 28th, we wear red to say no to drugs. October 29th, it's Twin Day. October 30th, we wear our sports attire to team up against drugs. October 31st, we wear our costume in celebration of Halloween. And to end the week off, November 1st, wear any Day of the Dead attire. ASB is having a Boogram fundraiser. Sales began today and will go on till October 21st. There will be candy bags for $3 and with a rose, $6. Lastly, November 1st is our last football game of the season against Whittier at Cal High School. The theme will be pink out as well as senior night for football, cheer, sports med, band, and color guard. Thank you for having me, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening.
You have a lot of events, but thank you, thank you. Moving on to item B, ASB spokesperson, Salzar High School, Ms. Deborah Zuniga.
Good evening, Board of Education members, district administrators, teachers, staff, and members of the community. It's a pleasure to join you tonight to inform you of the events on Salazar's campus. Road Mental Health Day was observed on Thursday, October 10th. With assistance from ASB and the prep program, our school organized events under the direction of Miss Laguna, our mental health counselor. Students were given the chance to engage in grounding activities during lunch, such as producing their own essential oils, bracelets, flowers, and stickers with positive affirmations. It was an excellent opportunity to remind the kids of their importance. Our PBIS team hosted an end of the quarter fun fair on Friday, October 11th. Students could exchange their Saint Bucks for a variety of goodies and prizes. We appreciate all the staff and the teachers and staff who contributed in the success of the event, especially our PBIS coach, Ms. Gallegos. Tomorrow is Bosses Day, and the Salazar teachers and students would like to thank Mr. Semeno for all that he has done for us. We would like to use this opportunity to express our gratitude for all of his efforts in supporting our school and its success. Thank you, Mr. Semeno. On October 22nd, Salazar ASB is holding a fundraiser at the Habit Burger and Grill on Washington Boulevard in Pico Rivera. We are trying to raise money for the student activities around the campus. Take a night off of cooking and come and join us. We would greatly appreciate your support. Our flyer will be on our school website, and I did bring some flyers to pass out with me tonight. And then you could order in the restaurant with the flyer or enter a code on the app or website for pickup. The week of October 23rd to 31st is recognized as Red Ribbon Week. This year's theme is Life is a Movie Film Drug Free. To show our support for saying no to drugs, some activities we will have is dress in black to black out drugs, jerseys to team up against drugs, and hats to put a cap on drugs. Our purpose is to highlight and to draw attention of the importance of how it is to live a drug-free life. Thank you.
Thank you. Please remind me to pass out the flyers. Okay, thank you. Again, you're free to stay, but I know you have homework and things to do, so thank you so much for coming and have a great celebration. Moving on to item 9, information item. Excuse me. Item A, presentation of the Rio Hondo College Facilities Bond Measure RH. Dr. Villegas.
Yeah, so we have, I believe they're going to be virtual. It's a presentation, just an information item to give us some information about the Measure RH. And it should be Kashru Gagara. If you're there, it's your time for the
Yes,
information.
super. Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chris Guerra with CFW. Thank you so much for inviting me to your meeting tonight. I'm here representing the Rio Hondo Community College District to provide you a little bit of information. I serve as the financial advisor to Rio Hondo College, and I've also had the privilege of serving your district for many years, from the mid-90s until about 2012. Okay? But I'm here today to give you some background information about the program, and I'm going to share my screen, which you will hopefully be able to. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, excellent. Okay. So, by way of background, the Rio Hondo Community College District has served the community for over 60 years, okay, and has provided opportunities for students to be able to access without the high cost of a for your college. And many of our local firefighters, first responders are trained at Rio Hondo College. The college also invites high school students to come and participate so they can get a jump on college. And while it's been a great resource to the community over the 6 decades, there's been the constant use, the facilities have deteriorated, and there is a need to fund improvements so that the college can be here for the current students as well as future generations of students. On that basis, the college had put a ballot measure on the November 5th ballot where it seeks an authorization to upgrade classrooms, science labs, and prepare students for careers, college, and beyond. So specifically, some of the improvements are to renovate and construct classrooms, labs for first responders, repair leaky roofs, deteriorating HVAC systems. I know your schools face a lot of that as well. Remove lead paint, asbestos from the older classrooms, modernize technology, improve campus safety, and increase access for disabled students. So before the college called for this election, the board, they had done a survey of the community, and they had initially begun in 2019. They elected not to call a bond in 2020, and then they polled the community once again in 24, and in January of 2024, and then several months ago in June of 24, right before the board called the election. Your community is supportive of education. They do realize the value of education. They have supported local bonds at El Rancho, and they also do support the community college bond. And consistently, the support has been in the mid 60s, regardless of the time the polling was done. So, as you know, and this information may be of interest to you, bonds are based on assessed valuation, the local value. And roughly, broadly, the Rio Hondo College encompasses El Monte, the high school district, El Rancho, and Whittier Union High. All of those districts in the area, despite the impact of the COVID pandemic, have continued to increase in property values. It reflects the desirability of the community. People want to come, they want to live there. Housing prices continue to either stabilize or rise. And as a result, your assessed valuation in your district is about almost $7 billion now. And for the entire community college district, it's about $54 billion. Part of the reason the board decided to put this measure, the Rio Hondo Community College District Board decided to put this measure on the ballot is they currently have one of the lowest tax rates in LA County. The last bond was over 20 years, and they have one of the lowest tax rates in LA County for facilities. And they wanted to give the community an opportunity to continue to invest in Rio Hondo College and to be able to provide those educational opportunities for their kids. The current tax rate in the college is about $23 per 100,000 of assessed valuation, and the county-wide average is in the mid 40s, low to mid 40s. If Measure RH was approved, it would be another $25 tax that would be paid by voters. And of course, as the prior measure, the 2004 measure is paid off, the tax rate would decline over time. So the actual question that voters will be seeing when they go into the polling booth or when they vote by mail, which is what most voters do right now, is that they would be seeing this question, which is to prepare students for transfers, careers, provide improved technology, electrical systems. Shall a measure be adopted to issue $442 million of bonds at a tax rate of approximately 2,500 per 100,000, with all funds benefiting Rio Hondo College. So that's the actual question. Many people have already received their absentee ballots, and this is the question that they would be asked when to vote on. Finally, just to touch a little bit on the requirements for the bond program, these are very similar to the bond measures that you have. These type of bond measures require accountability and taxpayer protections. Examples include publishing in the voter pamphlet the actual projects to be done. And the fact that all of the funds are going to be dedicated to the Rio Hondo College. The funds cannot be taken away by the state and cannot be spent outside of the college district. There will be public spending disclosures, just like you have your bond oversight committees and audits. The Rio Hondo College will be subject to the same. All registered voters in the area are eligible to vote in the election, and voting in the election would require part of the passage of the bond would require 55%. The polls showed a slightly higher number than that, but with bonds, it's always a little bit uncertain, and you don't know till you know. But it is hopeful that the district will be successful, will continue to invest in its facilities, which in turn hopefully will benefit your community and your students directly with access to an alternative to a four-year college. So I know that's a lot of information, ladies and gentlemen, but with that, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have or provide you any other information about this proposed measure.
No, but thank you. Thank you so much for informing us. We'll start this way. Any questions from the board? Dr. Marino or Mr. Lafargue?
I don't.
No, I just want to say thank you for this information. You're right. It is a lot of information, but certainly worth diving into and learning more about all these opportunities and programs that Rio Hondo has been offering for so long, which continues to grow and grow. But thank you. No questions at this time.
Thank you. Any comments or questions this way?
Just comment. Thank you so much for the presentation, and thank you for supporting the community. A lot of our students from El Rancho Unified School District do attend Rio Hondo College. So thank you for the support that you're showing our city and our community as well.
Thank you, Ms. Mejia.
Yes, likewise, concur with my colleagues. Thank you for bringing awareness on the measure and providing information for all of our residents to be able to be aware of it and be able to make an informed decision. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Echoing what my colleague said, you said it's a lot of information, but it's good information. So thank you for taking that time. Dr. Vegas, any last comments or questions?
That's all.
Okay. Thank you so much. We're
Thank
going
you
to move
very
on
much.
to,
Bye.
sorry.
Good night.
Oh, thank you. Have a good night. We're going to move on to item 10, public hearing. Item A, public hearing, the California School Employees Association and its El Rancho Chapter 107 CSEA proposed items for negotiations with the El Rancho Unified School District for the 2024-2025 school year. I'm going to open up the hearing at 6:49. Any comments for the hearing? Okay. Closed at 6:49. Moving on to item 11, public comments, items on the agenda.
We have no public comments on the agenda.
Sorry, before I get started, just a reminder, the meeting is being live streamed and recorded. Moving on to item 12, public comments, items not on the agenda. Yellow comment cards, Dr. Vegas.
We do have some, we want to read a statement again before, I think Mr. Lafargue has it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Our goal is to allow the free exchange of views among board members and its staff and between members of the public and the board while maintaining a respectful and orderly atmosphere. It is the board's policy to encourage all interested individuals to contribute constructive ideas and perspectives during the meeting while respecting the right of others to express their ideas and perspectives. The board welcomes disagreement, but it is important that disagreement be expressed in meaningful and respectful manner. Speakers should not make personal attacks on other individuals. To promote these goals, we ask that everyone be courteous, patient, and respectful while others are speaking. Each speaker should feel free to express his or her viewpoint freely, but in a courteous and respectful way, speaking concisely and within the allotted time limits. Speakers should also try to avoid repeating what others have already said. Each speaker will be allotted a maximum total of 3 minutes to address the board on matters that are not on the agenda. Each speaker will be allotted a maximum of 3 minutes per items on the agenda. A maximum of 15 minutes will be allotted per agenda item. Members of the public will not speak unless they are recognized by the board president and will speak only from the podium, not directly from the audience at any time. Speakers may not allocate their time to other speakers.
Thank you, Mr. Lafarga. Dr. Vegas? Faceless, this is your first warning. Next time I'm going to have a police officer. Thank you.
So first we have Fernando Islas.
Yeah, sorry, can we get the timer just to make sure?
Was it on?
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'm on. All right. Yeah, for starters, it's funny that Arlene mentions how she's reminding us how these
Sorry, so I just want to make sure, I want to make sure you get your 3 minutes. Okay, thank you. Can we just start? Okay, thank you, sorry.
yeah, I want to start off by saying that I think it's funny that Arlene is mentioning that she's reminding us that these meetings are being live streamed and recorded, right? Last board meeting, I think she forgot that she was caught mocking and disrespecting parents by telling them they could join the band as we were protesting, chanting her seat on our board. Moving on, uh, this comment is a continuation from a comment I had made last board meeting, and you can check those out on YouTube. In his resignation letter, Mr. Albert Carrillo, he stated, my resignation comes as a direct result of the treatment I have endured under the leadership of the superintendent, end quote. He then goes on to blame this board for not doing anything upon his pursuit of a grievance. And he also mentioned he began receiving repercussions. He says, quote, unfortunately, I have experienced repercussions for raising these concerns and providing input. As leadership seems to prioritize control over transparency, end quote. To Mr. Albert Carrillo, we say, you're not wrong, and thank you. Thank you for your service and for also shedding light on the corruption we have called out for months from this district. He concludes with his letter with saying he was going to pursue new opportunities while ensuring he, quote, maintains professional integrity, end quote. Where's your professional integrity, Villegas? We're running you out of this district and you refuse to leave. We know why you won't leave. It's a nice big chunk of change that you receive from this district. But let me tell you, Villegas, it's underserving. You are robbing us. I want to mention that you keep talking about strengthening communication and attempts to foster a better future. But let me tell you, I don't want communication. I want justice. I want justice for Sicily. I want justice for Mr. Carrillo. I want justice for Dr. Kelson. And I want justice for all parents and students who have been wronged by this district at your hands. I also want to mention that you have asked me how we can go about fixing this situation. I don't know. But I'll tell you how you're not going to fix it. You're not going to do it by having your principal, who I've been telling you for months, that he keeps going back, that he keeps terrorizing me, right? He keeps picking on me, targeting me. He kept me out of back to school night where you were at. You know how you're not going to do it? You know how you're not going to do it? By having that steam principal that's abuse his power and continue to give me civility letters. Villegas resign.
Dr. Vegas?
Anthony Eastless.
Where do I start from? It's almost been a year, and here we are. The only thing we got out of this district was exposing it. But Dr. Carlson already did that by handing you guys a report with 11 findings against the district. I'm guessing that's due from the people who are sitting before me. Maybe that's why enrollment's lower. You guys advocate for students. My senior daughter, an amazing person, was bullied by coaches and staff. She begged you guys for help, and you did what you do best. You try to get rid of the problem. You try to kick her off the team. My second grade daughter, an 8-year-old, was attacked and slapped by her teacher in the face with a piece of paper. What did you do? You brought the teacher back 3 days later. What else did you do? You allowed the teacher hit my daughter to watch her on recess. What else did you do? You allowed the teacher hit my daughter to join her on a field trip. Because that would be fun, right? For you guys and the teacher. What else did you guys do? You guys threatened us 4 times that you were going to bring that teacher back so my daughter could face the adult that hit her. Does that sound like advocating for students or advocating for staff? You demonstrated time and time again that you don't care. You're damage control. You sweep things under the rug, but you mess with the wrong kids and the wrong family. No justice, no peace. Unfortunately for you guys, I can do this until my daughter graduates. I could be there anytime. Like I said on September 17th, I've always been calm and collected. Not anymore. On your autobiography, it says that you guys are student advocates. All of you should erase that. None of you have proven that. None of you have demonstrated that. You want us to be professional, kind, and courteous? Arlene, the bands will perform at Durfee. We get dirty looks all the time, eyes rolled, interrupting, but you want us to be kind and courteous and professional. We have a surprise speaker since nobody asked how she's doing. She'll be up next.
Dr. Vegas?
Cecilia Islas.
Can you hear me? I'm going to continue where I left off last week because I didn't have enough time. Going back to when we got locked out of the board meeting last month, I need a full investigation done as to who infringed on our rights and locked us out. Check your cameras. I expect a thorough investigation on this. Mr. Sanchez, if you feel as it is beyond your duty, please pass it on to someone who can do it. Let it be known that Chief Carrillo, who has recently resigned and attributes his reason for resigning to the treatment that he endured under the leadership of Dr. Villegas, is the one who kept me somewhat calm and collective during that incident. It's a shame you have run him out of the district, and a bigger shame that the school board did nothing about how he was being treated and instead renewed the superintendent's contract. He was truly an asset to our kids and our community. And once again, just like Dr. Kelson, you probably thought he was more of a liability than an asset to our community. If our chief of police didn't feel supported, can you imagine our kids? Shame on you all. I want to let you all know that Dr. Villegas continues to make promises and doesn't hold up to them. I really don't know how he got to this position he's in, and even worse, how this contract was renewed. I'm not going to go into details because I promised I wouldn't, but I want to let you all know that I was hopeful that we would be able to resolve some of our differences. I was hoping we wouldn't be here today, but here I am. I should have known better. A while back, when we first met, you told us that Mrs. Soto Delgado was your right-hand woman. I really wish she was your right hand and Mr. Matthews was your left, and your hands were just tied behind your back. I'm actually 1000% sure now that you continue to want to hurt our daughter. Your actions, or lack thereof, have proven it time after time. We took one step forward and 3 steps back, which brings me to Arlene Perez. At the last board meeting, you had 3 IT staff in charge of the meeting. They were in charge of muting us parents when we said something you guys disliked. Horrible editing, by the way. It's as if it was watching a foreign film or Godzilla movie. Anyway, your 3 IT guys failed to mute you at one point of the meeting in which we hear you say, quote, they should have joined the band. Now, I don't know if you said this to de-escalate the situation, but I can tell you that mocking parents is not a way to make things better. I emailed you to ask what you meant by that. I was hoping you would respond, since one of the values that you are promoting in your re-election campaign is strengthening communication with parents and staff. Instead, you had your district attorney respond. My email cited pursuant to Education Code CF 9271, board members are to remain professional and uphold the district's highest standard. Specifically, it states, board members and superintendents practice and promote ethical behavior in the boardroom as a model for all district employees. And board members and superintendent will always carry out the respective roles, the highest level of professionalism, honesty, and integrity. Instead, Arlene responded, the district's attorney, Joseph Sanchez's response was, I do not find there to be any violations of board policy or state law.
Dieslis, your time is up. Please wrap it up.
I'll continue.
Thank you. Dr. Vegas?
Mila Islas.
Hello. Hello, board members and staff. My name is Mila, and last year I had a spelling test, which was in second grade, and my paper was upside down, and I didn't even notice until I gave my paper to my teacher, and she told me and said I should have known this already. So she hit me to the face with my paper, and thankfully I had my watch and texted my parents, and they came immediately. And then you guys tried to take away my watch, but my parents didn't allow that to happen. I hope that next time you fight for kids because this was scary to me. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mila. Dr. Vegas,
Diana Limas.
is she online?
Hello, good evening,
Okay.
board members, district staff, superintendent, cabinet, parents, students, and community members. Today, I just want to give a huge shout out to North Park Music Director, Mr. Emilio
Sorry,
Corrales,
Miss
and your team
Lemus, sorry, give me
instructor.
1 second. I just want to make sure your time is valid. Tony, can we try on the time?
Okay,
Sorry, can you start again? Sorry.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening, board members, district staff, and superintendent, cabinet, parents, students, and community members. Today, I just want to give a huge shout out to North Park's music director, Mr. Emilio Corrales, and drill team instructor, Miss Tina Rico, and the marching band and drill team students for a fantastic performance at the Montebello Parade on Sunday. Marching band received 4 trophies as follows: first place middle school marching band, first place drum major, first place ID unit, and first place top flight, and drill team received second place. I would like to thank everyone for their hard work and dedication. Thank you to the boosters and volunteers for all of their support. Congratulations, North Park Music Program, leaving others better off than when we first met. Thank you. That is all.
Thank you, Dr. Vegas.
And that concludes public comment.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to item 13, Labor Association reports. We'll start with ERFT.
Good evening, I'm Lila Cadillon. Actually, good evening, Arancho community. I'm Lila Cadillon, president of Arancho Federation of Teachers. I just want to give you just an update of what's been going on with my teachers and staff. This week, our teachers have been participating in parent conferences. I've heard good feedback from our members stating that the teachers have been very cooperative, the parents have been very cooperative, and good things are happening between our parents and students. Also, I was at the Rancho campus and I took a walk around the campus, and I'm really happy to see the library updated. This is my 40th year. Actually, this is my 40th year graduating from a Rancho, and looking at the library and seeing the transformation from when we started to what we have today. It's beautiful. It's welcoming for our kids and for our staff. Whoever was in charge, you did a nice job. It's taken 40 years, but they finally achieved that. Also, it's nice to see the paint job going around the campus. I walked into classrooms that were painted. I'm hoping that we could do the floors. That's on our wish list because that really changes the campus. Also, now that you're selecting a new chief of police, ERFT is requesting to reestablish the safety committee meeting. Now that we'll have someone new, we would like to meet with that individual and to discuss safety plans for our students and for our staff. Also, I'm just going to take this opportunity because I know in a few weeks we're going to be voting, but I want to just thank Dr. Marino for working with the ERFT through the years. I know you and I have gone round and round on discussions of things, but we always seem to come to a good place of what is best for the district. So on behalf of my membership, thank you for working with us for almost 8 years. So 9. So thank you so much. Also, CSTA is put the negotiation package out to you. I hope that you give them a substantial raise. My membership can't do their job without the support of the secretaries, custodial staff, the paraprofessionals, the food service. I hope I'm not leaving anyone behind. Am I? Okay. So hopefully we can give them a good package. We need the help. Our schools can't function without our brothers and sisters. And lastly, since tomorrow is Bosses Day, I'd like to thank the principals. They've been very helpful with our staff. And I know that some of the school sites will be celebrating their admin. And so on behalf of ERT, we thank them for continuing to work with our members. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carrion. Do we have anyone from CSCA or online, Tony? No? From Irasa? No?
No.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to item 14, comments and reports by Superintendent and Cabinet, Dr. Villegas.
Yes, thank you so much. You know, a lot has been said. I think, we're in October now, and it's really looking at the quarter of the year is really moving along really fast. And when you take a moment just to step back and reflect on what's happened so far, and so many great things have happened. I mean, when we look at it, historic year from things like the mini pitch, that the grand opening year, it's the year of grand openings. We got the grand opening of the mini pitch, grand opening of the library at the high school, the grand opening of the adult school. That's happened. Our historic agreement with Whittier College to give additional opportunities to our students. So many fantastic things happening. Great things happening in our schools. Our students are engaged, they're focused, they're learning. Our teachers are doing a great job. We're beginning the promotion of reading, because reading is one of the areas of focus for this year. So I want to take this opportunity just to put a plug out there to all our parents, our community, to make sure that you're working with your students and reading every single day, because practice makes better, right? If you practice and practice, you're going to get better at what you do, no matter what it is. And reading is certainly one of those things. I also want to just mention our study session today. I really felt we had a fantastic study session before this meeting, which helped us get deeper into what the CT programs, career technical education program, should look like at the high school. And it's really fantastic to see not only that we already have so many pathways for our students, but that the conversation is, how can we get better? How can we be more precise? How can we make sure that the students get even more of what they need looking in the future? And just looking at grand openings, lastly, is we will have more grand openings this year. There's more to come, including one coming up in April. There's probably going to be some in between, but a big one is going to happen in April. I'm really looking forward to that. And so with that, keep it short today, but really it's just a moment to reflect on the great things that have been happening at El Rancho Unified School District.
Thank you. Moving on to Board of Education announcements and acknowledgements. I'll start this way. Dr. Marino.
Good evening. I just have very, very, very brief comments this evening. I just want to start off by saying I had a beautiful, wonderful, rewarding Saturday at No Ranchito. I was there for the beautification. It's just amazing how much was accomplished in just a few hours, but there's definitely more work to do. Kids were there, my colleagues here, staff, even our director was there helping with his cleaning one of the fields there, and the kitties, that's their spot. So he he bear through it and cleaned it all out. So the kids, I'm sure, were very, very excited to go back on Monday and see the change that just occurred over the weekend. I just want to make some brief comments. I want to pick up a little bit from where I left off 2 weeks ago, and at the last board meeting where I stated that the learning recovery is slowing, creating a wider gap. But as I have continued to do some reading, some journals and articles, I also have seen that there has been some modest improvements from 23 to 24, which is good, because the needle is moving in the right direction. And what's really interesting is that some of the gains are greater with kids from lower income homes. So, however, there are still many families experiencing extreme poverty, unemployment, homelessness, foster kids. And for them, the pandemic has really not passed, because they're still faced with the many challenges they had in years past. So, this is a student population that need greater support and more intentional than what they're already receiving. interesting article is that from the Department of Education, along with Compton Unified and LA Unified, and mentioned some other school districts that have made greater gains. So as I read through the article, what was interesting was that some of the factors that were mentioned as to what has contributed to larger gains have been, and this is really interesting, district-wide professional learning, learning and instructional coaches, additional district level math teaching specialists, leadership coaches, school level instructional coaches, the Boys and Girls Club, and college tutors. And I'm saying, we have all that. We have all that. And so, we're on the right path. And I know our kids have improved. I'm not saying that our district has not moved the needle. Of course, they have. But what I said last year is that last meeting was that, it's the beginning, and we're going to keep pushing forward because we have all of the resources that are needed to continue to help those kids move along the path. And so one other point here is that everyone besides teachers and directors or administrators must have a clear understanding of the data and what it means. And by that, I mean the instructional assistants. So I don't know what conversations have taken place here in our district with our instructional assistants, with our college tutors, with anyone who is there to help support these kids and help them with their, not only the learning recovery, but really getting beyond that, because we are already there. It's just to continue to push this trend. And I am very, very confident that we're going to begin seeing greater and greater and greater gains. Even though we have some of this funding going away, it doesn't matter because we already have all of those elements here. So I know that our students will continue with the commitment, the dedication of our staff, and the support of our parents and our partnerships. So the more we focus on these kids, definitely once they begin to see and experience that, we will also be one of those districts that will be mentioned in these journals for the State Department that have made greater significant gains. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Marino. Mr. LaFarga?
Thank you. I also want to echo the comments about the study session we have with CTE. I feel very much more informed about what we've been doing in partnership with Rio Hondo. I think there's incredible opportunity for us to be responsive. The survey told us a lot about what the kids are wanting to do now, career-wise. And so hopefully down the line, we'll be able to be responsive to that. Just want to thank Ms. Chavez Diaz for really elevating these partnerships and the services that are being provided to our students. So thank you for doing that and for leading out the conversation today. After our last meeting last week, I was able to attend our high school to look at the construction, and the transformation is amazing. All that kept going through my head was, I can't wait for our students to thrive in this environment and all their respective sports and everything that we can do as a district to elevate the new facilities, the access to quality sports facilities, and attract more students to our district with these impressive facilities that we're going to have. And I also walked around the campus, and thank you to Mr. Goyanaga. He did show us some painted walls, Lil, and some floors installed, which just aesthetically changes the dynamic of the campus. And it was just a great feeling walking away. And even as I'm driving by every morning, the blue turf is there now, and it's just taking life. So I'm really excited for that grand opening in April. I also got a chance to attend the adult school grand opening. Just a great celebration. Congratulations to Dr. Alonso and everybody else who paved the way for that grand opening. And it was great just to see the community support. We had a resource fair. We had our city council there. We had our state senator there, Barbara Chuleta, and the board cabinet. It was just a great celebration. Our students' performances were just great to see. So there were some needs shared with us that, maybe we can circle back to them. There's some tech needs, some Chromebooks that would make them more effective in their teaching. And I know in terms of expansion of services, there is a survey that needs to be conducted as part of the process, but maybe we can start thinking about how we do that to support the adult school so they can continue to grow and thrive in that regard. Just echoing the comments of Ms. Limas with the North Park Marching Band participation in the Montebello Parade and the wonderful awards they got. Just a big shout out and congratulations. She was so excited that she texted over the weekend, hey, 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 which is just great to see the enthusiasm. She's a parent warrior and to have her be so proud is just makes us all proud. So since tomorrow is Boss's Day and it's let's just call it Leadership Day, right? Because if you're a boss, you're a leader. I just encourage everyone to approach leadership as being a servant leader and lead with love. I'll end with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Contreras?
Yeah, just to continue on the adult school, the grand opening, I'd like to congratulate everybody, Dr. Alonso and the staff, especially. We took a great tour of the facility. Looks like there's a lot of good things in place. And as far as the ask, definitely we're going to be looking into it as far as getting additional Chromebooks for the students there. And it made me feel good to see the city council members there, Senator Bob Archuleta there, also Rio Hondo, Cerritos College, and there was other vendors and other people that were there. In particular, one that was a El Rancho alumni from class of 91, Dr. Noel Torres, who also has opened up a facility here in Pico Rivera. So I want to give him a special shout out. Talk about giving back to the community, right? Graduate from El Rancho High School, could have gone elsewhere, decides to come back here to Pico Rivera to open up his technically third or 2.5 place. And he's done it well. So he's going to be serving our students and our city well. So special shout out to him. I also had the opportunity to go to the Rancho football game. So congratulations to them. I believe they have a bye week coming up and then 2 games left. So good luck to them. And I believe there's still a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. There's still a chance for them to make the playoffs. Yeah, playoffs. So good luck to them. Hope they do well. Congratulations again, yes, as Ms. Limas called in to North Park Marching Band and the drill team. They placed first in multi-categories. Congratulations to Mr. Corrales and Ms. Rico also for doing that. And I also, since we're not going to be coming back until like mid-November, I think, right? I just want to say a special happy birthday to my boy, Xavier. That's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Mejia?
Thank you. So I'll piggyback off the adult school grand opening. I just want to also thank Dr. Alonso and also highlight North Ranchitos Folklorico group. The performance was great, as was North Park's performance. The community fair was something that was really nice. I appreciated that the Department of Public Health was there and they were doing their mental health awareness. They had a lot of resources for parents, and I kind of promoted our parent summit. So hopefully they can have a table at that event. I want to thank Ms. Tiscareno for the guided visit to the classrooms, and just want to say, commend our adult school teachers. They're amazing. We didn't interrupt the class, but we did peek in, and students were engaged, and the classes were full, which is great. I attended the girls' cheer. I haven't cheered at the CIF ring ceremony. It was amazing to see the girls, the girls, the rings, the coaches. It was a beautiful ceremony, and just very proud of these girls that made history. I attended the CSBA policy workshop along with Cabinet, Dr. Villegas, and made a lot of great progress. I just want to say thank you to Cabinet for all your hard work. It's a lot of policies, and you guys were hammering away. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I did a tour of the facilities. I saw the stadium and all the great progress. I want to thank Mr. Torres, Ms. Padilla, Dr. Villegas. I mean, it's just amazing to see it, coming to fruition. And I want to thank Mr. Goyanaga because after that, he was kind enough to show me the vapor rooms. I hadn't seen where the band was and the choir. and just see some of our art rooms as well. So that was a good tour for me. And I know that I'm hoping that Prop 2 passes because we have so many needs, and that would definitely help, for us to have a real nice facility for our VAPA programs. The beautification at North Ranchita was an excellent event. I want to thank Ms. Aguirre, the teachers, parents, students, our IT director, Mr. Hernandez, Councilmember Lutz, that helped, that was hands-on. Everyone was hands-on and working together. Ms. Renfro, her garden is amazing. She shared what she teaches her students, and she literally does the farm to table. Kids see everything grow, and then, the cafeteria is kind enough to cook some of the items that they grow. So it's really neat to see that happening. Lastly, I just want to say good luck to the STEAM Academy at Burke cross country team. Good luck on Friday. They're going to be participating at Mount Sac. And if you know any, if you're into running, you know that Mount Sac is the top of the line invitational. So good luck to them. And I just also want to congratulate North Park on their amazing performance at the Montebello Parade. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Yeah. Before I go, I think you need to redeem yourself. John, go for it.
I did have it written down, and for some reason it was overlooked. So, yes, thank you to, or congratulations to the cheer team from last year's for finally getting their rings, and can't wait to get the banner and see the banner drop at the main gym. I don't say the old gym anymore, right? It's the main gym. Congratulations to the entire team, the coaching staff, and everybody involved.
Thank you. Um, Echoing what everyone said, I couldn't go to the adult school grand opening or the cheer. I was out of town, but I saw the marketing, and just thank you to Dr. Alonso for bringing, the adult school and really marketing. I didn't go, but I felt like I was there. So thank you, and congrats to the cheer girls. I wish I was there. Um, I again echoing the study session. To me, that's what I envision for board meetings when we come together. Everyone at this table is so smart. And when we come together and we provide, solutions and how can we work together, the collaboration, I think that's really when we move mountains. So thank you. I know I told you already, but thank you, Ms. Chavez Diaz, because I know it was a lot of work. And I'm excited to see where we can be and how we can grow. I'm just a reminder, there's also band fundraiser. They're having, I think it's a band and choir or no, Curler. But I know there's a band. Yeah, okay. Band fundraiser, clothing drive. If anybody has any bags of clothes they want to donate, they have a fundraiser going on at the high school. Just a reminder to the board members, the WASA social is this Thursday. Thank you. Thank you. We are one of the probably the only board that majority of our board members are going. So thank you for putting Arancha on the map. Echoing what one of our student reports, the World Mental Health Day. Just it's so awesome to see that the schools are embracing it and really making it alive. So just, happy World Mental Health Day. Beautification days. Thank you. Gio and your team. Mr. Compton, huge thank you for coordinating. It was an amazing event. The kids were so engaged. We have our garden. I know, Tony, thank you so much. We have a garden that we are committed to keeping up to it. Thank you to Mr. Lutz from the city. We've spent so many hours just cleaning it up, and we're just excited to see it's the beginning. I know we have STEAM coming up, and so we're just excited. Thank you for making it happen. I had a CTE visit with Dr. Vegas, and I just want to give a huge shout out, which is why I love the CTE piece. I went to the construction class, and the students were so engaged, and we talked about at the garden, they need garden beds. And so we had talked about to the teacher, what if your students made the garden beds? We don't, why are we going to go buy it if you guys can construct it? The students said they loved it. So that's something we can also look into. I know you talked about it. The students, they already know. I learned that they are actually building like a shelf unit for the high school band where to put your instruments. They already went, they asked their questions. So just a huge shout out to that course. Culinary, amazing. But just, hands-on experience, and they're giving back to their community. So if we can maybe look into that. And then just last thing, happy anniversary. It's my first year. We made it to 1 year with my husband. I know it's small, but I mean 1 year. Thank you. And then, today is I wouldn't say happy, but it's Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day. So to anybody who's lost a baby or an infant, it's a lot. So I just want to make sure we take that time to remember that, to embrace them because they're children too. Moving on to that part, we'll move on to item 16, board committee updates. Are there any committee updates from this side?
Sorry, we completed a draft of the board value statements and they've been shared with the rest of the board for feedback. So looking forward to having the feedback. And I think we're going to try and bring that to the board for approval in November.
We're looking for November, yeah, we're hoping. But yeah, committee worked really hard, several sessions, and I think they did a good job of I think taking the spirit of what has been said during the board retreat and the essence of the work that we've been doing in a concise 5 words with statements.
So it should be in your email inbox.
Yes,
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you.
This side, are there any board committee updates?
If I may, just wanted for the beautification.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to Lowe's and to Whittier Fertilizer for providing some supplies for the event. And also Mr. Compton again, like Ek mentioned, he was very instrumental, and staff as well. They did an amazing job with that event. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Moving on to item 17, consent agenda. Are there any changes? No, right? Can I get a motion in a second?
Second.
So moved by Mr. Contreras, seconded by Mr. LaFarga. Taking a vote, all in favor say aye. Aye. Moving on. Yeah. Moving on to 18. Wow. Sorry, moving on to 18, recommendations for future agenda items. Board members, are there any items?
I just have one, just an update, when we'll, it could be on the Friday update, information on the facilities master plan when it's coming back to us. And just having a assurance that there was, input from the principals, updated input from the principals. Thank you.
Any other, Dr. Marino?
Just a question, when do you think we'll be able to get the information on the tutoring that we have here for our kids? The tutoring, the after-school programs that we have.
You wanted to know all this, not only tutoring, but other programs that are available by either ELO or Title.
Well, the programs available to our kids, to help them, the tutoring, their after-school programs, etc.
Interventions.
Intervention, yes, I suppose.
But not enrichment or both?
Like an academic support?
Academic support.
And that board update, is it okay?
Yeah. No, absolutely,
Okay.
yes.
And I'll second that.
Thank
Any
you.
other items? Yeah, Mr. Contreras?
I do. I'd like to have the North Park Band invited in a future meeting so that we can recognize them on their accomplishments, since I believe we're not going to meet until again in November, so it's going to be a while. And then also I'd like to, I don't know if it's just an information item. I'd like to
I
get
just
some.
second that for
I'm sorry.
Second. Oh, yeah. Hector.
Since our sports facility is well on the way and getting there, I'd like to look into the possibility and maybe doing it as a athletics fundraiser of getting the pathway in the front, as far as getting the bricks with the parents' names or whatnot. I don't know if we've already started looking into that, but I think it would be a great idea, and also the community I think would take well to something like that as well. So purchasing bricks and having either the individual family name or whatever they want to go Dons or whatnot. I think it'd be a good community morale builder and also a good fundraiser for the athletics department.
You said you wanted information at a board meeting or in the board update?
Well, either
I
way.
would suggest that a board update because it's going to happen
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Whatever has to
Update
happen
would
has
be
to happen pretty
update would
fast.
be-
And then one last question. Where would the bricks, what was your vision of where the bricks would go?
I've seen them usually at some of the entrances, like for example, would be on the backside. What's the name of the street? On the backside where the actual the entrance to the football stadium is going to be.
Yes.
Yeah, on Lock and Lane. Obviously on school property, not on sidewalks, but at the beginning or at an entrance, could be a walkway. It could be an actual section of concrete, because concrete usually comes in sections, and then build, it depends on how it catches, but usually that's how it would start. And then throughout the years, it would continue.
Okay, yes, we started that process, so we'll provide more information.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'll second that one.
I seconded already.
Oh, sorry, Esther.
Yeah.
We already have a couple sold here is what I'm looking at.
That'd be pricey.
Yeah.
$100?
Yeah.
You already got them.
Obviously some going to the, obviously some going back to the program, it's a
Yeah.
great fundraiser as well.
Okay. We are not going to adjourn the board meeting because we have to go back to closed session, but thank you so much. We will see you back at
One quick thing, we just want to, like, we could take a moment to invite Officer Gomez to come up, since in consent, the board was able to approve Officer Gomez as the new police chief. So let's give him a round of applause, and if he would have come up, please.
Hello, hello. There we go. Well, thank you so much. It feels really good being back. Even though I never left, but as the permanent chief, and I'm honored to be here. And yeah, let's get the ball rolling. Let's get this started. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you on behalf of the board, and we're glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
President Pettis,
Yeah.
I know we're going to go to close, but Mr. Matthews was hoping to have a moment of silence for someone.
A friend of mine passed away about 2 weeks ago, and he was from El Rancho as well, in 1981. His name was Larry R.C. He was a baseball player. His family really lived in the community forever. Diabetes is an ugly thing. It was a great guy, died at 61. So we have a moment of silence. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Am I leading the moment of silence, Mr. Matthews?
I'd like to request a moment of silence. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great holidays. Have a great break, and we will see you in 1 month.